This call is being recorded.
Welcome to A Diary of a Fashionista, everyone. And today, Danielle and I decided to do a healthy eating episode, because one of my fans, actually, of the Non Moms Happy Hour, who was on Ask when Kelly Menzel um, discussed with me her medical issues, and it's public, so I don't mind talking about it. But I thought about it, and it's we're going to do this episode, and then we're going to do an episode on how I manage scoliosis, and then may come up with 16 questions to ask me how I manage scoliosis. But for those of you that don't know, on this podcast, I have lots in my back, and I have rods and spaces and all that good stuff in my back. And yeah, I've had scoliosis all my life. It finally got to the point where I needed 6 hours worth of surgery, which that was an interesting long story in itself. And so, needless to say, when you're preparing for surgery, yeah, you kind of need to eat as healthy as you can. And the reason why I say that is because most hospitals, when you have uh when you have any type of surgery, they don't feed you well. They just truly don't. I mean, they just truly don't. And I am trying to stay out of the hospital as much as I can, but due to CP, um, uh, if I don't maintain CP, I will end up going back in, and hopefully not. Hopefully not soon after my hospital experience with my dad. Yikes, that's not good. So, hopefully not, but as long as we maintain the healthy eating habits, that's that's perfectly fine. So then, and because of, and people laugh at me when I say this, you won't see a extraordinary obese person with cerebral palsy, because we burn, Danielle and I both burn so many calories sitting up and just going about our daily lives, that you won't see a person who's obese with cerebral palsy unless it's due to their circumstances, i.e., they're bedbound. So, Danielle, would you like to take it away on the iPad?
Yeah. Every week I go to Whole Foods to shop for my food. I learned from my family to eat really healthy because they are vegetarians. I still eat meat and cheese because I can't eat without them. I need protein to keep my body strong.
See, now you guys can at me on Twitter for this one. I I have given up meat. I try to avoid meat at all costs, and because of the hormones that are put into meat and the HMOs that are put into meat, and I don't even do roast beef anymore. I mean, um, roast beef was a staple in my life for many, many years up until my dad died. because that was his thing, and he and God bless him, but I said to my dad, "Can I have a salad?" He goes, "No, a salad is too much work," and that's his quote, not mine. And I'm like, "Okay, you are you, and you don't like to eat what how I like to eat." I was trained by also my mom, also my biological mom, how to eat really, really healthy, and now I'm getting back to that point, which I never thought I would be back at that point where I would have a salad for lunch, and I never ever ever thought I would be back at that point, you guys. Um, I am still trying to prepare repair my body from the damage it had done to it in over the years, and I still, and I don't know about Danielle, but I have the wonkiest GI tract known to man, and they have done surgery on my GI tract for high gag reflex, and unfortunately the surgery failed because yes, a surgery failed on me, and because the instrument they put in me was supposed to untie by itself. They call it a Nissen, and the Nissen was supposed to untie by itself, and it hasn't. It hasn't. And it's been, I've had this Nissen in me for 32 years, and I was on a G tube at one point. For those of you who have experienced the G tube end of it, that's not fun because because it goes directly into the lining of your stomach, and um, these what they do with G tubes is because the tube when it goes into your stomach, they Pediasure is full of sugar. And when I told people that when my mom was dying back in 2010, they because she was in a medically induced coma, so they had to do intravenous fluids and intravenous foods with her. And as I look at my medical directive, I am saying, "No, I don't want intravenous foods," because, intravenous foods, the way that hospitals do it is they do, Pediasure, and the you can be on a YouTube and be healthy. We actually have a friend, Max Lange, who's on a G-tube, and he's doing it the healthy way. But basically, when you are in the hospital and you need intravenous food, they give you Pediasure, which is a heck of a lot of sugar in your body. And if the sugar, no, no wonder why my mom had water weight because that's all she was taking in at the time. And so, people didn't believe me when I said Pediasure full of sugar because I looked at the bag and I know what was in there. It wasn't a beet juice. Let's just put it that way. It was institutionalized food. And so when I try to not go into the hospital for said surgery, said anything, but I just want to want to know that I'm putting everything healthy that I can in my body. And so, and I'm sorry if you guys hear noise in the background. I think noise has subsided. I have my dog close, but we're working on major projects here called getting organized, and I'll leave it at that. And so I'm sorry if you guys hear plenty going off, but but getting back to my point. My point is living the all natural lifestyle is expensive, and it's worth it because I gave up the Starbucks. Unlike Danielle, I gave up the Starbucks. I also gave up natural sugars, as you guys know. And my recent thing is giving them wine because wine has all these sugars in it that I don't need in my body, and it was probably making me swollen more or less. And so basically, what my aide, my main aide, my other aide, well, unfortunately, my other aide doesn't speak English that well. English is a second language. So my main aide, Miss Siri, who's a phenomenal cook, who cooks exactly like my mother, exactly like my mother. She'll hand me, like today I had, what did I have? Leftovers from last night, which was cabbage and ramen noodles and fresh cabbage, mind you. And um and we're pulling recipes offline, i.e. full Food Network. She's pulling recipes offline, and I yeah, I'm back to probably my goal weight, which was it's a little under it's a little under 100 pounds for me, so 99 pounds. But I did lose weight, and I wasn't told this until many months after. I did lose weight after my mom and dad died. I was told right after my mom died by, believe it or not, my mom's personal trainer, who's now a friend of mine. She goes, "When if you don't eat, I'll come over and literally feed you." And because everyone was watching my weight, and apparently I lost weight after my dad died, and it wasn't told. Thank you, hide in that. But apparently now I feel like I'm back at my goal weight, which is 99 to 100 pounds. Yet I haven't weighed myself. Bad me. I know that. But because CP is a chronic condition, bone and joint, we need to keep ourselves healthy. And I know Danielle likes kombucha thing, and I have actually tried kombucha. I am getting more and more into smoothies now that I have access to a Vitamix. So if, and I know that people with autism are, people with severe autism are on a special diet because of their autism. It helps. And so I'm not on any special diet as prescribed by a doctor. I'm just doing it for my own body because if I, my mom's, my biological mom's biggest thing was um, if I gain weight, people are not going to be able to help me in the shower, and people are not going to be able to assist getting me dressed. So her big thing was my weight management. And so I was one of those kids in high school that was conscious about her weight and I still am to this day. I mean, if you look at me today, I look normal. I'm not what they consider obese, but I am just, and granted, I'm still going through grief. It's not, it's only been May, June, July, August, September. It's only been 5 months, and 5 months officially on the 19th. And so it's only been 5 months and 9 years for my mom, but I knew I was losing weight um, when my dad died because I was such a stressed out, traumatic mess that something had to go. And I forced when you're going through grief, you have to force yourself to eat. And luckily, I have the advantage of eating with people, which helped. Um, that really helps me because when you're eating alone and in grief, you and now this is just me personally, um, you don't necessarily want to see a meal. You don't necessarily want to be eating. You and my thing is if I eat every day, get dressed, have communications with people, including my BFF, I am doing well. So that is my ultimate goal. I made that ultimate goal when my dad was diagnosed on the we went down there that Tuesday, that Tuesday, the 14th of May, and he was diagnosed that Wednesday morning. So he was diagnosed on that Wednesday morning of with lung cancer. So stage 4 lung cancer turns out. But I made that ultimate goal as I sat in a hotel room by myself with a breakfast tray in front of me, and I made that ultimate goal. I said, okay, if he's down here and we're dealing with cancer, I'm going to be in the most positive attitude that I can be, and I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat with people. I'm not going to refuse food because if I do that, that would just send me down a spiral that um, would not be good for the weight that I am. And yeah, then that would just require everything else. So I just want to say to you guys be healthy with any disability that you have, whether it's depression, whether it's grief. And grief, yes, is considered a disability. Chronic depression, grief, autism, CP, try to stay on the healthy track because I also, and people don't know this, Danielle doesn't know this either. I also have a bad heart. I have had open heart surgery when I was young, and so I, like my dad, could have a heart attack in 2 seconds flat. So I'm trying to avoid that because that's what took my dad down. My dad was dealing with lung cancer, even though he was in weakened shape. But what took him down on May 19th at 5 a.m. was cardiac arrest. And so, and I've told people that I now have to be careful of not only my weakened lungs, but cardiac arrest because of my weak heart. Thank you very much, CP. And so I'm just putting this out there to be healthy and to be conscious. And oh, by the way, guys, my good news is that my project, even though it got pushed back, it is light at the end of the tunnel. And I was not supposed to be recording this episode today. I was supposed to be doing my project, but my project got pushed back to October 2nd, and so I will not be on social media the 1st or the 2nd because I cannot, I've been sworn by law not to talk about my projects. And so I um I'm just avoiding social media at all costs. So Danielle, you're going to have to man that on the 1st and 2nd, and then we can do the episode on that Sunday, which I'll look and tell you guys what that day is. I'll text Danielle when we hang up and get it all organized, and then she can post it on the Diary of a Fashionistas Twitter and the Diary of a Fashionistas Facebook page. And for those of you who are trying to listen to us in Radio Public, yeah, I just discovered we have an issue with Radio Public. I have contacted Lipson and I'm about to tweet them because Radio Public can't help me with this issue. But we're working on it. We're working on it. And so, Danielle, do you want to say anything else?
Yeah. Keep on it. Live your life today.
Hey, you guys, and another note, if you have a person who's willing to help you with home exercises, like I do, use that able-bodied person to help you. And we're going to kick my home exercise program into high gear here in the next couple of weeks because I have time to do it now. But I have been stretching my hips, so it hasn't killed me yet. So along with being healthy, do those exercises. And I am a terrible at home exercise person because I got traumatized by PT at a young age, and that PT had MS. And so now, me getting back into it, oh, me getting back into it, that's a long story in itself. And with the support and love, I can actually get back into it. I mean, and of course, Amazon Smart Speaker is helping me do my home exercise program, and so it's not all just my aide and I doing it, but if you have the opportunities to eat healthy and avoid the unnecessary calories, although I do like Reese's peanut butter cups. That's my guilty. That's my guilty pleasure. I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't do it that often anymore. But my guilty pleasure is the Reese's peanut butter cups, and a good cup of hot chocolate is also my guilty pleasure, which that will be saved for when Danielle and I go snowboarding, and we need to do an episode on full episode on snowboarding if we haven't already done so. I don't know, but I keep keep healthy, you guys. Keep active, and as I said, I am working on another special project that I'm not at liberty to speak about yet either, because we have to see what comes about next week with this special projects. But we're going to be I'm going to be helping someone with a special project all about health, all about health, and we're going to see how that works. And so I just wanted to say, number one, thank you for the personal good vibes update yesterday. That was hard for me to do, and the ship seems to be afloat. But as I said, we're working on a major project here today that involves me and normal accounting stuff, you guys. Adulting, adulting with cerebral palsy is so much fun. Yeah, and so yeah, but okay. I'm okay as long as I eat, as long as I get dressed, as long as I have communications with the people that love and support me. And we'll catch you guys on Sunday. And then, what did we decide the episode is going to be on Sunday?
I don't know. Oh, it's the yeah, so yeah,
Oh, yeah. And then, man, so that's gonna be Sunday's episode, and then Monday's episode is going to be managing scoliosis. So what Danielle and I are going to do, and she doesn't know this yet, is record 2 episodes space out on Sunday, and then make one Sunday's episode, one Monday's episode. So that's how we roll. That's how we roll. Plan as we do. So I'm gonna get you guys out of here. Danielle and I are gonna get you guys out of here, and we'll see you guys on Sunday, and see you guys again on Monday. And so, bye, you guys.
but yeah, you know, uh, uh,
Thanks, you guys. Bye.
bye.